Good day, everybody. This is BA Radiant Dawn, and we are back for another, almost back-to-back videos. I don't do this often anymore, but it's that time of the year where there's a lot of crap going on in Fae. And joining me like last time is my good buddy Kakupo.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, so we're just going to be... This video is going to have basically two parts to it. The first part's just going to be looking at the Fae channel and discussing some of the changes, some of the other stuff that happened. And, because, we already know, we already watched the thing, so it's just going to be kind of like our thoughts kind of idea. And then, then we're going to hop into the Hero Rise's interim results, which are interesting.
To say the least.
Yeah, there's some units that are there that shouldn't be. There's some units that aren't. That, in my opinion, should, so that'll be fun. But let's get the Fae channel out of the way here. We're just gonna kind of skip around to the parts that are actually
flap, 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 flap. Summoners!
We could skip that entire opening sequence just because it's a bird flying. We don't really care about that much.
So
no offense, Fae, you're awesome, but we already watched you, so...
And get ready for the latest in Faemation
I don't hear
on the Fire Emblem Heroes
video.
game. It's time for Fae channel.
I can barely hear it.
Let's get started.
Okay, I can
First
turn it
up,
up here. But you can see it, eh?
Yeah, I can see it.
It's the Choose Your Legends Round 9 results. Thank you all for voting. Now hold on to your feathers. The winners are...
there it is.
Ta-da! Look at those marvelous
Okay, so this is very funny to me. The fact that, Engage hasn't won once in the last 2 years.
I love that. I really love that. I always been the Engage hater, even though I really don't care about Engage. But I always complain that on Fire Emblem Heroes we didn't have them until a year or so, thing like that. So I felt like IS was hiding Engage for some reason, and I think the hardcore Fire Emblem player did get Engage, but that doesn't mean that everyone on Fae play Engage.
Yeah, and for me, Engage was okay. It's nothing to, it's a solid game. It's fun, but it's nothing for me, it was just too over the top for character-wise. Oh my god, you're the Avatar and you have a fan club. It's oh please, just shut up. I don't need this shit in my life. I am too old to have a fan club. But no, so the funny thing is, I think this is, I would have to fact check this, but I want to say this is the first time where the males have had higher numbers than the females, through the first top 5 or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because usually the males don't get voted as much, but the females
do. Yeah, exactly.
Do.
It feels like that, yeah.
That's how it seems anyway. But this year, I think when I looked at it for the results, I think the top 5 males and females, it finally started flipping to more female votes by the 6th, because after I want to say after Formotus, it was a sudden drop off, which is kind of crazy to think about. I'm gonna take a quick look see here. Yeah, so first and second place have more votes than the females. Third place was Sigurd. Fourth place was Formotus. Yeah, once we hit 5th place on the male side, which is Sylvain, the 5th female slot overtakes the votes by 1,500. So up until number 5 on the male-female side, the males got more votes all the way through, which is crazy to me, because usually it's not like that. I think previous years, male votes are typically 10,000 as the top places, and then there's the females are 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, it's usually Waifu Emblem.
So I'm curious what your thoughts are on Baldur getting in.
I love it.
Yeah?
I love her design, but that's mostly because I play Genshin Impact and she looks like one, like a Genshin Impact character, and that's why I like her. That's it.
It is kind of sad that the voice actor is getting hate because she won. It's what did the voice actor do? They just do the voice. They didn't even campaign. They're just like, oh, hey, I won, yay! And then like they're getting like death threats, like you should go kill yourself. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
That's how fan base work, sadly. At least the toxic side of a fan base.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna behave like that, we don't need you. There's the door, get out. But like, look how close that was in votes too. 11,381 versus 11,158. That's like a difference of 223 votes. That's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That is really close.
That's the closest that I think we had one about Choose Your Legends.
I think so.
Heroes! The special Choose Your Legends versions of these
like,
heroes
this is absolutely
will
wild.
appear this summer.
I mean, we knew Byleth would win eventually.
I
thought that Violet and Sigurd were going to be our male rep, but I was surprised by INTERIM.
The Deerman's a weird choice, but hey. Now we can have 3 Deermen in the game, 1 for each SDS team, almost.
I guess.
Yeah, let's see. What's the next thing that's worth really discussing? Oh, the Hero Fest banner that's up right now?
Colorless category.
Oh,
and,
yeah. You want to talk about it?
Emblem Hero Marth in the red.
So, like, in terms of, like, red emblems, I would honestly have preferred, like, Ike over Marth. Marth as a unit is just terrible. He got power crept by Ira. And then, like, Ivy is a good attuned. Lucina's a solid rearmed for what they can do. Because, like, I'm pretty sure Ivy could duplicate Athos's special.
I think so, yeah.
I think so. And then Lucina could duplicate Marissa's stuff. So that's like a really solid combo right there. Mythic Loki's a little weird, but she's still very good and relevant. So, like, I don't have any complaints there either, honestly.
I think what people complain about Loki is that she doesn't synergize well with Leroder, the 3-man. That's what people complain about her, and how she's not that relevant because of him, but that's mostly because AR. They share the same season, so it's like not synergistic. That's what people say.
Yeah, like both Loki here, Mythic and the duo Thoki do have like anti-synergy with Tree Man. But that's okay because you don't really need him on the same team as Tree Man because he's there to mess up saves. But it would have been nice if they kind of like comboed with each other and didn't like cancel each other out basically. So like, but like she's still really good. Like I use Mythic Loki on my Cav line and I'm like, yeah, so I'm gonna use Ice Terrain because I put the Ice Lock on a Loki, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna use Ice Terrain to stop your advances while I set up and then rush forward to instant kill you. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna blow up your stuff. Don't worry. Just typical Cav line things, you know? So like, the 3 of the 4 are like really solid units. It's just Marth that's kind of bringing the banner down a little bit, but he does have the emblem ring that does the cooldown quickening, like 1 less cooldown on your specials, which is good for like AoEs. It's good for Gale Force. It's good for a lot of things. So, or it's good for saves
too.
It's also
good with Shield Fighter.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like it's good for saves too. Like it's a phenomenal little.
It's a good ring. It's not good unit, and I've heard people defending Mark that he's a really good unit, but I was like checking his weapon and Lodestar Rush, and I feel like he can be good if you give him like Speed Taker and pair him with Ara.
Yeah, like he can be good ish, but like Ira just buries him. Apparently a lot of people are doing pass Ira just to warp in and just wreck stuff. Which is gonna be interesting because like, could you imagine once we get the pass seal, so we have Speed Taker Ira warping in with pass seal and just deleting everything? Like
at this point I don't have any hopes for a pass seal.
Well, I think we'll have it eventually, but maybe once we get anti-pass.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to make pass Echo. So stuff like Ira or what's his name or Felix, like those 2 units that depends on their B skill.
they have to get rid of their
like,
preferred stuff in order to use it.
Yeah,
that'd
the
be
preferred stuff.
funny.
I mean, that's what they do with Mercy Wing Echo. Like a lot of units like the Wings of Mercy 4, but sometimes they are sacrificing their preferred weapon or something, the preferred skill or something else. Yeah. So people wanted the seal, but they got the Echo instead. Yeah. I feel that that's going to happen with Pass.
Oh, for sure. So this one was kind of fun because where is it? The freebie seasonal unit was
guaranteed
interesting.
What color do I want this?
So for those of you who haven't done your summonings yet, I would say the best. Because which ones had the least amount of demotes? Did I say? I think it was green and blue had the least amount of demotes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, I think there's only like 2 demotes in blue. I think. Oh no, 3. 3 in blue and like 2 in green. 1, 2. Yeah, there's only like 2 in green. So like green and blue are the best bets. You got Cat Girl.
I got Cat Girl. Yeah, Leaf. Letter? I don't know how she's pronounced.
I think it's Leaf. Leth? I don't know. Anyway, I got Ninja Demon, which is pretty solid. He's apparently a really good unit. You just have to put some of Brave Alphonse's kit on him, and he becomes an absolute monster apparently. So I'm like, okay. The funny thing is I wanted him, and I never got him. It's like when it comes to green, because I summon on green, right? I mostly wanted Diamant or the bird. So I got Diamant. I'm not complaining.
I only wanted the snake, and I got the fucking cat.
Yeah, you had like really good odds of not getting a demote, and you got the demote. The game just like, you get what you get.
This year.
Yeah. I guess I was greedy.
The maps don't really matter much. It's like, woohoo, orbs and tickets. The tickets are going really good, though. Because this banner is insane for me so far. I'm like 3 for 3 duo and harmonics. 3 tickets, all 3 have been duo harmonics. I got Harmonized Sita. I got, who else did I get? I think I got, like, Harmonized Lysithea, I think? And then I got duo, I forgot her name. Hinoka. Yeah. Like, that isn't... My luck on this banner is insane. What all have you gotten so far?
I haven't gotten my tickets yet. I'm going to wait to, like, collect them all and do them at the last minute.
Okay. Well, don't wait too long, because, like, the maps are only up for like 3 days, I think.
Yeah, but I'm only collecting the tickets. I'm just waiting to get the last ticket and throw them all together.
Okay. Well, that's fair. Yeah, no, like I'm like blown away that I managed to do that because I got Sita and I can't find. I want to say it was Lysithea. But I can't remember anymore. I have to go back in the Phaology server summoning thing. But no, like, it's absolutely crazy.
The only one that you showed me was Hinoka.
Yeah, I've got the image somewhere in here. Okay, there's that. Dual seasonal tickets got me double Harmos, Ninja Diamant with my new seasonal freebie, and this on the Hero Rises. Okay, so it's in the game that I have to look at. Okay, well, we'll get back to that later. But, like, this banner is absolutely crazy. I think, the way I calculated, I think it's green and blue have the highest chances of getting duos harmonics, I think? I don't know. People could look that up themselves on the appearance
I think
Phoenix
thing. Also, one, he has, like, I think, about the best units you can get from each color.
Yeah. This thing seems interesting, but we haven't seen it yet. 12 luminaries?
Yeah, it's
point one and earlier to your allies. And that's not all. There will be not one, not two, but 3 new summoning events called 12 luminaries, plus celebratory gifts.
that
36
these,
special
I don't know
heroes
how
who
many
appeared
there are.
between
I think 48. I don't know. Are going to be on 3 banners. So that means that you're going to get at least like probably 12
January and September
per
of
banner.
last year
So
will be
going
split
to
into
be
3
messy
groups for these
to
fantastic
get a
events.
specific one you want.
For these, honestly, this is an interesting batch. It's lacking the good, like some of the really good stuff. Like, what's the relevant stuff here now? It's like, for me, the relevant stuff's like Harmonize Eye Green. I still use her. She's still solid. Duo Fjord's at least still usable, but she's fallen off because there's just better saves. Valentine's Myrrh is a solid save. That's like it. Like, for units that I actually want from this, I want more Eye Green. I'll take Fjorm if I can. Honestly, I want more Little Lissa, just because like I could do an arena build for her to be fun. Like, I just want to have a +10 Lissa just for fun. That's about it.
I think that the only one that I want is Crate, the Cav lands from Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the only one that I want from there.
Ooh, I actually forgot about Lucia, because she was the first one to have firm canto curb.
Yeah, that's one.
So like, that's a good one to get to. So there's some good stuff here, but not a whole lot anymore.
Aren't you excited to see who appears? I know I am. During these summoning events, the 5-star appearance rate will be set to 8%. Oh, but there's more.
But remember, just because the rate goes up, it doesn't matter how many you get. It matters how good they are. Quality over quantity, which is something a lot of people have a hard time understanding.
Yeah.
A Hero Rises! Hey, we're doing that right now. We're gonna review the Hero Rises events later on in the video. We get a bunch of free stuff. That's good. I'm surprised they're giving us an the otherworldly bond thing.
Oh
yeah, that's it.
sure looks
Like, that is cool. That for free.
That's probably the highlight.
The bond on the 10th.
Huh?
That's probably the highlight of the entire things that we're getting.
I don't know, those 80 trait fruits are pretty juicy too. That's a lot of mangoes. And then yeah, the free summon tickets, it's like the mangoes, the tickets, and the otherworldly bond. The otherworldly bond is carrying this hard though. That's so cool.
And that's carrying hard.
We can now get like 2 units from otherworldly bonds at a time. So now they're probably gonna release a double pack for the otherworldly bond in the shop, because otherwise how are you supposed to have 2? So they're gonna like, they know a lot of people are buying these, so now they're gonna double down on it. And honestly, the ore pack with the otherworldly bond is a really, really good deal. I think it's the best deal in Fae we have, I think, if I remember correctly. It's like,
I don't know. I've never bought that.
I think like orb per dollar amount, it's the best deal we have in Fae. And the fact that you get a free older unit of your choice is really nice too. And apparently this is supposed to have the next book units in it. So it's supposed to be like Brave Crom era and prior, which is pretty cool. But I already have the perfect Brave Crom, so I don't have to care.
Now then,
this banner trailer should be up
to the
soon.
next.
The Valentine's one.
Heroes.
Oh yeah.
And of course, we can't go a year without getting the 3 Houses Royals.
From the Fire Emblem 3
We
Houses
can't
gamer
escape,
here.
dude.
Let's get to introducing those who
I
have
mean,
come to celebrate the
do we
Day
want to
of
escape?
Devotion. I wonder who they're thinking
I mean,
about.
every time they come out, they come out with something good for these units.
Strange.
So,
I am not sure why you've invited me to
like, think about it this way: how many times has a version of Edelgard been a meta-relevant unit even for a little while?
I mean, every
Fallen
time that she
Edelgard-
drops,
Fallen
She's
Edelgard, while
the-
way overhyped, was still a really good unit.
At that time,
Brave Edelgard, really freaking good unit, and can still be used to this day. And it's still being used.
I mean,
in Destiny.
probably the only Edelgard that sucked ass was the Flame Emperor.
Yeah, or like even the base one now is an Ether Raids warping unit, which is fun too. And then there's Summer Edelgard. Oh god, how many Edelgards do we have now? We have base, we have Flame Emperor, we have Brave, we have Fallen, we have Summer, we have Valentine's.
You're missing Legendary, huh?
I think we have 8 Edelgards in the game now. We got a lot of Edelgards. And then the latest one was the winter one, and she was insane for a long time too. She's an armor that can move like a cav and set up massive flame terrain, which is still good for Mjolnir Strike and Ether Raids. So almost every Edelgard has been top tier, and I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon.
Take in a festival such as this.
Who knows?
It's Hubert!
Who really
However,
knows?
I do want to say, because typically it's kind of like Lucina. We always get an Edelgard an Edelgard alt every year, and then we get a Lucina alt every year. So we already got the Lucina one. But this means we're not getting baby 3 houses, which is so sad. I really want that.
I think this is finally the year. Don't quote me on that.
For Shadows of Valentia.
Yes, exactly. Shadows of Valentia. I've been waiting for Shadows of Valentia.
Dude, they already have the art. The art is already there. They don't have to do anything. Half the job is already done. You just take the art. Problem solved.
Yeah, you don't have to come up with a design for a kid version of someone.
Oh, and he's got flowers
But yeah,
and
I'd be happy with baby alt
glasses.
too.
I wonder who that's for.
Alma hasn't gotten an alt in a long time, actually.
To govern properly.
Okay, I do have to admit, this is a very pretty Edelgard.
I love that Edelgard.
That is a very beautiful art. With her, winged weapon and she looks like she could fly. It's very pretty.
For a moment, I thought, oh my goodness, they're making her a healer. I don't think so, but it was a nice
Must
thought
respect
for
not only their crown,
half a
but
second.
those around them.
Edelgard! Look at that gorgeous.
Because that looks like a staff.
Yeah, it looks like a staff. But apparently you're supposed to hit people with the wings. No big deal. Because that looks like a staff. It could also be a spear, but apparently it's an axe.
Yeah.
But no, so Edelgard has what looks like a Sly skill in the A slot. Which is
the sturdy version.
interesting
probably.
because isn't Sly typically locked out of armor, so now they have their own version?
That's an interesting idea. I didn't think about that.
Give me 1 second here, because I could tell you using my legendary Crom.
No, it's only staff units that cannot get it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
then.
because I have run on my phone right now.
Mm.
And the slide mirror only says that it cannot be used by staff.
That's interesting. But the most interesting thing about her kit here is that Assault Troop 4. That's interesting.
It's giving at least +1 movement from what it looks like. Either that, assault troop, or maybe it's her weapon.
Yeah, it is. It looks like it should be +1 movement and then assault troop as well. It looks like it might be both. Because she did have a movement boost, but that could be the same thing as her Brave, because her Brave has a movement boost built into the B slot, so it could be that too. It's hard to say. But
I don't know.
it looks interesting. Either way, it's going to be very interesting to see what Assault Troop 4 does.
An axe! My heart flutters just looking at it.
Behave
If I
yourself.
peek through her calm expression, I can tell just how much she's enjoying the day of devotion.
Okay, and she gale forces herself again, as usual.
I thought I was done
Dimitri
concerning
with a sword!
myself with choosing gifts.
I like that. We finally get the
Oh yeah.
Dimitri!
action
That man.
for Dimitri.
He's got the most variety amongst all the 3 houses units so far. Claude's always bows, Edelgard's lances and axes, but he's done sword, lance, axe.
I mean, Edelgard got also the
Oh yeah,
sword.
she got a sword as well because of the summer alt. Right. Well, that doesn't necessarily count because that's just they tend to take the weapon of the backup unit. I think is usually how it works in terms of harmonized units. They take the color. No, they take. I think they take. How does it usually do? I have
idea.
noticed like a trend where they take something from the backup unit, where it's like they take the movement type. Yeah, they take the movement type of the main unit and the weapon and the weapon from the and color from the backup is usually like that's one thing that I've kind of noticed over time is that's usually end up how it works. But even then, not all the time. But there's a trend there. But,
No, I sometimes don't feel any pattern with the harmonized.
I'll look it up later. I'm curious. The only thing that's really like sticking out to me is this haze slice because that's an inheritable special, and I don't know what that means.
I think it also
Is
jumps
absolute-
his special, like preempt pulse.
Hang on.
Like
He moved 4 spaces. How? No one has Pathfinder.
he has his like preferred skill.
Oh, does he have?
Bro.
Does he give himself +1 movement?
I think so.
Concerning myself with choosing gifts.
I mean, those are new
Dimitri,
units, and we don't
that
have the
mantle
banner.
is
Oh
absolute.
yeah, he gets +1 movement. Okay, so he's a 4 move cav. For a second, I was like, what if he has Pathfinder, but for himself? So he basically has pass, but you can pass through your allies at no cost. But it's like a built-in Pathfinder only for you. That'd be super funny and super cool.
It would be like an interesting idea. I don't know if it would be like.
So it's like
Strong?
if you get a bunch of your units in a line, none of them have Pathfinder. Your unit could just pass through all of them, as if they
Okay.
all had Pathfinder, but they don't. It'd be very, very, very weird, but it'd be super cool if they did that at some point.
Absolutely majestic, like a blue lion. He's so
slice.
serious. It's
Yeah,
no
you
surprise.
see, his slice like appears like a jump. So he probably his slice has like pulse preempt pulse. Like it
Like a
charges
blue
itself.
lion. He's so
Yeah, it definitely gives -2 cooldown, and then he hits. So that's at least one thing that we know for sure that it does. But I'm so curious about what it does because I would love another special for my Brave Crom. That's my answer to everything. If it could go on Brave Crom, it goes on Brave Crom.
I think it would be like Ghost for caps because caps don't get access to Ghost. So a speed version of
serious. It's no
Right.
surprise he's having a difficult time
with
deciding.
DR. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably got DR
Maybe.
piercing, a special jump, and it's based off of speed probably. Because I mean, don't forget, Dimitri was the one that came out last time with no quarter, and that skill was like meta defining. So this skill is probably on the same tier as no quarter.
Deciding what to offer during these festivities. I'll be hooting him. It's Claude. Would you look at those?
We don't see anything about his kit, but he's got curve shot.
No, we
apparently.
don't.
Curve shot, and it looks like it has he has special jump built in.
Vibrant
Probably.
colors of his sash. They're perfect for him. I'll be hooting him on as he expresses
think
his
it has
gratitude
goals.
to everyone. Looks like everyone's
And then Duo Rhea Sothis is a very interesting choice.
The art is so cute.
それはやぶさかでは
Gorgeous
ないが
even.
その
It's so weird hearing Japanese in the English trailer. But that is a very, very precious art. Like, that's very, very cute.
Yeah, so pretty.
Is
I
this
like
our
the
first?
like,
Is this our first Valentine's duo without a guy in it? I think so.
Maybe. That's a real good question.
Let's see. Duo harmonized.
Because last one was Leon and Erica, and that has a guy.
Yeah, usually Valentines are either male female or male male. I don't think it's ever been like this. So yeah.
Has there ever been a male-male duo?
Valentine's? Yeah, Valentine's Crom. Crom Robin.
Oh, that's right. Fuck, I forgot.
Duo Robin or Duo Crom, whichever one it is. Anyway. Yeah, no, I don't think Valentine's double female has ever been done. So that's cool. At least from my understanding.
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
Oh, no. We got Duo Idun.
Hmm.
So
Was
it's
she
been a little
Valentine?
while, but we got Duo Idun. But yeah, no, this hasn't been done in a very long time by the looks of it. That's really
No,
interesting.
Duo Idun wasn't Valentine's. Duo Idun
Oh,
was,
it was Easter. Never mind, yeah.
Eastern, yeah. The duo Valentine's from that was Almond Silica.
Elise and Sakura are Valentines.
Oh, okay, yeah, those.
Yeah, I think that's it. So, this is rare, and it's a dragon, unfortunately.
It's
Or, like, they're a
Rhea
dragon
and
unit, but
Sophis.
unfortunately I don't think they're the dragon
This
unit. that
duo
I
might
use.
never have had the chance to.
Actually, hang on. They're colorless dragon. I might be able to use them, and they should be infantry, I think. So, like, if they're infantry, I could use them for Ponzo Loki.
Meet in Fodlin.
I don't know.
Things are different in Asker, isn't that right?
I don't think
They're
we
able to
see
celebrate the
the
Day of Devotion
movement.
festivities
No, we
don't.
together.
Oh, but
That's
there was so we might have actually gotten a hint. And when they were attacking in Ether Raids there, they had the infantry technically defense up, probably to try to nerf Duo Rhea. So I think infantry. Like, that might be a stretch, but like, it is kind of shown in the thing.
Isn't that right?
Like,
They're
watch,
able
watch,
to
watch.
celebrate the Day of Devotion festivities together.
Oh,
That's
No,
Edelgard,
I don't see.
Dimitri,
try
Claude.
to click it faster.
This duo might never have had the chance to
Like,
meet in
I saw it.
Fodlin.
I know I saw it.
Oh,
Things
yeah,
are
in the
different in
background.
Asker,
There it is
isn't
in the
that right?
background.
They're able to celebrate
Yeah,
the
it's like
Day
up
of
here.
Devotion festivities together.
No, top.
That's Edelgard,
Huh?
It's on top. Like, go back a little. Like, right there, above the special.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, see? I think they're infantry because of that. It's a stretch, but it kind of makes sense to me.
I guess it could be a reason why they put that there. I don't know. Maybe they are.
The holoform updates, you get to the max level and you get 3 skills instead of 2. That's helpful, I guess.
You have triple the disappointment.
Triple the tactical retreats in arena is kind of nice. 'Cause
Yeah, but
arena's
it
just
doesn't.
bullshit,
it's just-
so this helps.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit in there.
Mm.
Let's go something about that one.
4-star special hero special raid update, yada yada yada. Okay, cool. I don't really care about that too much. More heroes being added to weekly revivals. These units here. Brave Crom is now going to be a revival unit, and I think that would put him in the 4-star special pool as well,
Yep.
which is cool. One of the best units in the game in a 4-star special pool is like kind of badass. Legendary and Mythic Hero remixes. These units are getting added.
no need to worry, Chief.
I don't really care about any of these, except maybe Ninian.
I care about female chess
This is female
and
shiz.
minion.
But yeah, like Deirdre, sure, I guess. I don't really know what to say because none of these are relevant right now. They got to get remixed first. And I think the upcoming remix is Xander and who? Oh, Ash.
Ash. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Starting with the next update, there will be legendary revival events. And just like standard revival events, 3 heroes will appear as 5-star focus heroes with an initial appearance rate of 4%.
So
I
This is
want
a
to know how long the banner is going to be. Like, is it going to be like an entire month?
I don't know.
That's the only thing that I wish to know.
And here are the 15 legend.
Yeah, see the ones that are on the banner or that will be on these banners of these units here, I don't give a crap about any of them. So I'm just glad they're out of the remix pool because now we get to summon the good stuff instead of this bunch. So,
I want Lin because I'm a Lin fan, and also I want Mark because I have him at +5, so I might as well get him to +10.
I mean, yeah,
But
out of all of them, I'd say I care about Marth the most, but I still don't really care about Marth. Like, none of these are really interesting for me. And that's all for the Faye Channel review. So all in all, some pretty fun stuff. As we said, Xander and Ash are getting remixed, which is pretty awesome. So now we're going to move on to the second part of the video where we discuss the interim results for the Hero Rises. And these are some options. So
I'm pretty sure you have a lot to say about this, so I'm probably going to say yes, no, You're right.
okay, so some of these were really, really easy to predict. Like, of course, the snakes.
Oh,
being on
before
here.
that, we have like eight reds, 8 blues, 3 colorless, and 1 green. So that's something that I want to put out there.
Yeah, there's a good chance this banner is going to be mixed between, I think you said blue and red. Have the most colors.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that it's going to be like three blues, 3 reds, Lin,
Like 1
and
green and 1 colorless.
yeah, and probably 1 colorless.
So
That's my prediction.
as for what units are on here, I can kind of make a case for any of them except for like 4. Originally it was only 3, but now I have an issue with a 4th one. Okay, so let's get the real
Okay.
obvious one out of the way. Why the fuck is Felix here? He's good, but why the fuck is he here? He should not be in the conversation. How many times does Brave units get reran a year? Like 5? 4? Like when from the previous year they come out?
4.
I think they rerun like 4 or 5 times.
I think 4.
People, you'll get your fucking Felixes. Calm yourselves, okay? Like he should not even be in the conversation, let alone on this. He should have a handful of votes just to get the wallpaper. That's what his level should be at. Why the fuck is he on this?
I mean, yeah, I don't like him being on the top.
Yeah, no, that
Like
feels
top
wrong.
20, but I can understand why people wanted him, because they see him everywhere and destroy them, and that's probably they're like, oh, okay, I fucked up and choose, like, I don't know, Brave Alphonse or Bernie. I don't know.
Yeah, like,
I like him, so I want him free now.
here's the thing when it comes to him though, and like I get the logic that you're going with, where it's like, oh yeah, I get my butt kicked by him all the time. So I'm like, so that means you need better defense, because Felix can be walled. It is possible to wall a Felix. You just need the right units to do it. Unfortunately, those units are not on this top, top 20? Yeah, they're not in this top 20. So, having an offense is useless against those who've already prepared for it. Some people might not be prepared, and that's why they get wiped by Felix, but like, at the same time, that means you need better defenses. You don't need a Felix of your own to try to balance it out, because Felix, it takes the right kind of like strategy to utilize Felix fully properly. You can't just be like, I have a Felix, I'm gonna win. Not quite. Felix can get walled, now he can get sniped. Felix is not a good option in terms of like what other units bring to the table, but also the fact that he's brave. I would rather take a different mainline pool unit over Brave Felix, because he's brave. He's a mainline brave. Like a main pool brave. That is just terrible for him to be in the conversation.
If it was Nurgle,
Nurgle has counters, but he's rarer. So like, Fjorm, Duo Fjorm, like, okay, I guess. Like, I heard the argument of like, oh, shield fighter, but I'm like, Formotus is right next door, and he's way better as a far save right now. He eats Fjorms for breakfast. Fjorm is a garbage tier compared to Formotus. I will tell you that. I had to come up with some janky bullcrap to make Legendary Crom kill Formotus. I'm pretty sure I could slay a Fjorm with 0 difficulty. Like, it's not even a challenge. Formotus can be a tank, though. So I think Fjorm should not even be in the conversation either. Her duo skill's nice, but like now we have Mythic Loki who can give ice every turn. So like, eh. And plus, the ice turn can be overwritten anyway, so that's really starting to be less relevant.
And also, you can snipe one of the ice things, and with a dagger and lookout force, you can break it and swap with someone. That's what Phoenix Master 1 does. So
yeah,
the ice terrain is not as strong as it used to be.
Dual Fury is just a really weird unit to be on here. Like, there's so many better fire saves. Hector, better. Formoda's, better. Frickin' the Snakes, much better. Why the hell is she in the conversation? Speaking of Fae OCs who should not be in the conversation, why the hell is Gulveg here? Even KCB Brian, who loves Gulveg to bits, I'm still saying he's the reason why we got Brave Gulveg in the first place. Even he said she should not be here. So if the biggest fan of the character says they should not be in the conversation, that means something. Oblivion, I'm pretty sure, said the same about Felix. He's like, I love Felix, but why is he here? I actually saw him on X. Screw it. On Twitter. I'm going to call it Twitter. Screw X. X is a stupid name. It's like, am I talking about my ex-girlfriend? Like, what the hell? Did I break up with Felix? Yeah, he was talking about my ex. Anyway. So, anyway, Felix, like, Oblivion was talking on Twitter about someone who's like, oh yeah, Felix is like a really good option for this. You got it all wrong. And Oblivion's just like, no. What? No. I love Felix. He should not be in the conversation. No. So if the biggest fan faves of the character admit they should not be on there, they should just straight up not even be on there. Like, if the biggest faves can't defend it, that says something. Who else did I have an issue with? It was like Felix, Fjorm, Gulveg. Emblem Marth. He's on the Hero Fest. Why is he here?
I don't know.
Like, actually, why? Like, what the hell?
I think they want to put the rings on the banner. Maybe that's the reason he's here.
Yeah, it's even ring wise, he's like the worst ring.
Ring effect? No, that's Ike.
Oh
probably.
No, you slap his ring on a fire save, and they're like 10 times better. That's even more damage reduction, and because it's locked onto a special, it can't be pierced.
But you can say the same if you put like Pavis with double slaying. The double slaying coming from Mark. So tanks also like. All I'm going to say is that Mar is a bad unit, but it's a good ring.
Well, yeah, Ike's a better unit, and still a good ring. So like, to be fair, you do have a point with the Marth being able to be put on saves like Ike. Ike is only can be slapped on saves really, or units you're trying to tank with. Meanwhile, Marth can be slapped on offensive units as well. So
that's why Ike is worse.
But as a unit, he's better, and he's got better fodder.
Yeah.
Lagoose friend fodder is top tier too.
I'm not saying that Marth should be there. I'm only saying.
I hear you. It's arguable because I think there's not much of a difference between Ike with the Sacred Cowl versus Marth with Pavis. I think there's only like a slight difference in Marth's favor, but it's not a big difference at all. But yeah, like, I don't know why Marth is on there. That's weird. That's the only one that I'm like, you could say he's on, like, he's a better ring, sure. I could possibly give you that because he enables stuff. He enables more stuff. But he's on the Hero Fest, so why is he here?
That's the only thing that I cannot defend.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I cannot defend.
The only other like unit possibly as to why I'm like scratching my head and being like, why the hell are they here? Is the Deer Man. He won a CY.
No.
He has no good fodder. Why the hell is he here? Like, his fodder is basically nothing. He's getting a Brave alt. Like, damn, people, why? This he could be rearmed Grima. This could be a rearmed Grima right here, and then we have a top tier colorless pool because we got a way to duplicate the save skills, higher ground. We have a way to duplicate like Ninja Lucina as it is. Like we could have a top tier colorless pool. Why is the Deer Man here? I'm gonna put more votes into rearmed Grima because that's more valid for me. Because duplicating higher ground is crazy good. Duplicating shield fighter, slick fighter, crazy good. Like, I don't know, it feels weird.
I mean, if you want a rearm / attune that it's an armor, why don't you like keep voting for Hector? That it's right there.
Because he can't duplicate higher ground.
So
Higher ground is a top tier save skill for beasts and dragons right now, just because they have the anti warp and save. Basically, every beast / dragon that's armored can now be Valentine's Mirror, which is crazy good because being able to stop warping is insane. Because that's what made Valentine's Mirror god tier for like almost a year. Even now, she's still usable because she stops the warping. Hector can't do that. Hector needs someone else on the team to do anti-warp. Meanwhile, the snakes, Tree Man, Formotus could do it. Formotus could have the higher ground. So like having higher ground, an ability to duplicate it would be crazy good because then you get to keep your top tier god unit of Near Snake, and then you get to have a way to duplicate with just one copy multiple times. Higher ground and slick fighter and whatever else you need. Like that's chef's kiss, you know?
yeah, but I mean, like Robin is an old rearm, so you probably had some on the barracks or something. I don't know. I mean, how many did you get?
I think mine's like a plus 15. But here's the thing. We're still talking about the only rearmed / attuned armored dragon or beast in the game. So unfortunately, Grima still wins. Grima still has a niche, even though they're not a fantastic unit. Being the only one of your kind is top tier. Like, there's still merit to that. But anyway, Tamara, duh. Sigurd, duh. The snakes, duh. Lynn, duh. Lucina, duh. Johanna Ike is weird because Legu's loyalty is a worse skill than Legu's friend. So it's really bizarre that he's even here because I think that's the only fodder he really has. Oh, he also has the new Times Pulse variant.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I can't remember what it does.
It's the same as Time Pulse 4, but also you get additional in-combat bonus to all of your stats, depending on how big your special is. Like if you have a 3 cooldown special, you get +5. If you have a 5 cooldown special, you get 7 in combat to all stats.
Yeah, it's basically just Times Pulse 4 plus the stats.
Yes, that's it. It's a good stuff, but
it's better than Time Pulse 4.
Yes.
But like, I don't know, it's weird that it's here, but it's a thing he has, I guess. Legu's loyalty just doesn't even matter. Distant bonus doubler, few units have that. I don't know why Ike's here actually. He's new. That's the only reason I can think of.
Yeah, he's new.
Emblem Ike, yeah, I could understand that. He's starting to fall off as a frontline tank, but he's still workable. Dual Heathen is weird because lots of people don't know how to use her. Like even the top players for SD have not quite figured out how to make her work. But apparently her plus Athos's special is really damn good. She hits like a freight train apparently because she can't double, so that's really good for her. Attuned Hector, DC counter Echo is crazy good. Plus, he's an armor who could multiply armor fodder. Not dragon or beast fodder though. Cough cough. Higher ground. We already talked about the ones that are weird to be on here. Formotus is a top tier save, oddly enough. Even though his people are thinking his main gimmick is like, oh yeah, he could turn off your opponent's movements, but that could be countered with Canto control, with the firm counter control, whatever you want to, whatever. I'm gonna call the FCC, won't let me be. Anyway, so Formotus is like a top tier save though. If you build him right, slap the Marth ring or a lesser special Ike ring on him, there's not much that can kill this man. Max supported, there's not much that can do it. It's very hard to do. He's a better tank than the snakes are. That's the crazy thing. And I feel like he's the most slept on armor in the entire game. As a far save right now, he's the most slept on. Nobody's using him, but he's a god tier far save. And he can run higher ground. But he loses tankiness doing it. But he can do it.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
He does.
Felix, yeah, we already talked about Felix. We already talked about Deerman. Emblem Celica is understandable. She's another one where it's like her, as a unit, she sucks. You don't want to fodder her though, because she's an emblem ring. And even then, her fodder isn't that great anymore either, because there's some other ways to get resonance. I'm pretty sure we've had resonance.
Yeah, we have units. Like 4 more, probably 4.
And like that's the most relevant thing she had for fodder too. So it's like the ring is really good though, so I can understand it. Ira, yeah, she's got Speed Taker. She's an absolute monster. People are saying they're gonna put pass on her B slot. So basically, not even use Speed Taker and still wipe out foes. So like that's, if you could basically throw away a unit's B slot and they're still viable, that says something. It's like, yeah, I don't need a B slot to kick your ass. I could do it without.
This reminds me back when Celica rank dropped and people were using base Edelgard with pass and nuke everyone.
I mean, yeah, that's something you could do. And then we have Athos, so the new mythic. He's really freaking good. Well, I don't know just how good he is. Oblivion says he could nuke the snakes. Can he nuke Formotus at max power? I don't know. But he does have a new special, and he's the only one in the game with it. And he's gonna be probably the only one for probably 4 months to a year. Maybe not a year, but like 4 months to 7 months, that range. So having that available in the masses is really freaking good. I like that. If he won, I'd be very happy actually, because Happy can get a new skill, because I think Happy can get it.
I don't know about the restrictions because I don't have him, but I've heard that it's for all tomes.
That's what I've heard. Frost Moon, yeah, it's all tomes. Movement type does not matter, it's all tomes. Yeah, Happy can have a new special, and that might be what she needs to become to be put back on my teams again for SD. And Duo Alir, low key, the best friend to Legendary Crom, and the best friend to basically any unit who wants to do the whole snipe from afar with the Lin Ring.
Yeah, I was going to say with the Lin Ring, right?
Yeah, he gives DR Piercing as a duo skill, and there's some other stuff too. That's absolutely fantastic. He heals, he neutralizes bonuses, he gives DR Piercing, and he gives something else like neutralizing foes bonuses or something.
Yeah, I think neutralizes foe bonuses.
I can tell you in
that's the only part that I remember.
Seconds, if I can find mine. Where did mine go? Oh, hang on.
Before that.
Still up here. Okay. Okay, so yeah, neutralizes any penalty effects. Really good for countering the snakes. Neutralizes foes' bonuses during combat. Really good for stat balls. Reduces the percentage of foes' non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50%. Really freaking good. Okay, he doesn't heal, but he does everything else that I said. It's still really freaking good duo skill. And it can be used twice in SD, which is phenomenal. And they are a really good tank. You get the right support, they cannot die very easily. It's like, put them have like for Modus as a save, they need the same support, and now you got an insane monster of a team. So like that's something you could do, and it'd be very funny to do it. So like a Lear being here, low key, makes sense to me. The only things that I could really think of in terms of like why aren't these units in the discussion is Tree Man, because like I guess people don't want to fight Tree Man all the time, so like no, but let's not give every player access to Tree Man. And then
I mean, we can say this, about the fucking snake.
well, yeah, but Red Snake is not nowhere near as bad as the blue one. That's the problem. But yeah, no, we can say the same bad thing about the snakes, but the snakes are more. The snakes are just tough to kill. Tree Man fucks up your strategies.
I mean, I guess it would be like, if everyone's super, nobody is.
Exactly. But yeah, like, no Tree Man and no Rearmed Grima are my main question marks here. What about you? Is there any units that you wish were on here that aren't?
Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget would be a solid choice. I'd like that. I'm actually surprised she's not on here either. Yeah, like...
And I'm surprised that Atun Mikaya is not here.
Yeah, okay, so like, instead of Felix, Deerman, Fjorm, Gulveg, Marth, and Johanna Ike, we have, like, take these 6 out and put in Rearmed Grima, put in Atun Mickey, Atun Bridget, Tree Man, and what's another 2 that could be slotted in here? Do you think? Make this god tier.
I don't know.
Dogger. Ada Dogger. Firm Canto control and the AIDS thing for every time you summon her on a banner like this would be like so damn good. You get so many. You get to pump up the stats of all your units.
Since we have like four times that you can spark. So like if you go deep, you can get multiple daggers that way.
Exactly. Like Ada Dogger would be so good on a banner like this, because those little aid thingies are like fantastic. And honestly, think about this: you get Ada Dogger on this banner, you won't have to, unless the next aided hero is your favorite. You don't even have to give a shit about that banner. Because the only thing keeping people summoning for units that they don't care about is if they have fodder or like a gimmick like the Floret, like the Ascended Floret, or like the aided thing or stuff like that, right? But like, what if you have so many aided things, you don't have to care anymore about summoning for aided units unless you like them. Like getting Aided Dogger on this banner would basically cancel out and make you not want to summon on a handful of banners, actually saving you orbs in the long run. Big brain shots.
What do you think about swapping Ikirmir, like the deer guy, for like Mythic Hadron?
Yeah, Mythic Hadron. She should be on here. There's our 6 done. So get Tree Man, get Atun Mickey, get Rearmed Grima, get Bridget, get Hathran, get who else did we say?
Dagger.
There's our 6. We removed 6, we put in 6, and now we have like top tier, top 20. Best units ever. There we go. Yeah, apparently there's people talking like, oh hey, technically speaking, we could still get a mono banner because there's enough reds/blues, and I'm like, how about no? Because you guys don't understand. Quantity is bullshit without quality. And you'd have to take some bad choices in order to get a mono banner. And bad choices means the banner
I just want to say I just want to say that 8% and 8 units on the same fucking color, it means that you get 1% for everyone.
The math, I'm going to use math in quotation marks here. The math says probably like if you get all 8 on the same color, you'd be looking at probably 1 5-star every like 2 or 3 summons, mathematically speaking. But we all know Fey math is bullshit. Plus, again, it's good if you want all the colors, or like all the units that are on the color. But if you don't, then you're trying to nitpick and hope and pray each time, and that's bullshit too. Again, I've always looked at, and this is where we're going to get into a very short, like a little 3-minute mini rant about mono hero rises, right? Again, we mentioned this last video. Look at last year's. Last year I had Peony as a top unit, Dimitri was okay, and then 2 utter trash. Or 1 utter trash, 1 don't really care. For like 99% of people. Wouldn't it have been better to have the 2 worst ones be something else on a different color? So we'd have a good banner? Like, doesn't that just make sense to people? Why do people keep pushing for a mono banner unless you can guarantee they are the best units in the game and they're all the same color? That's the only way it's acceptable to me. Get like 4, or in this case 8 rearmed Attunes on the same color. You have my blessing. I don't think that's possible. But if it was, I'd be like, you know what? Let's do it. But trying to convince the whole community to do that, plus it's not really possible.
Let me find the plane. So last year we could have like 4 Attune that were green.
Yep. And it was like Sonya, Nino, Peony, and someone else. I can't remember who. But like, we could have had like an all green Hero Rises last year. That would have been top tier. A Hero Rises green. But instead, no. Even looking at last year's top 8, like, you can't tell me in any realm that Wind Tribe Claude or Legendary Female not Byleth, Alir is better than Dual Byleth. Like, bitch, please. Dual Byleth was the best save at the time. None of these units are even touching him in terms of usefulness. So it's like, if we budge off the mono thing and go like, okay, what if we did split banner? That's still really freaking good. But I just don't, like, I've started breaking the wall a little bit on the concept of we should just do mono banner. I'm like, no. It never works out the way you want it to. And last year, the loser's banner was better than the actual Hero Rises. That was mono, which is funny as hell. It actually is proven it performed worse than the loser's banner. The loser's banner performed better than that one, which is funny as hell to me. So I'm like, huh. Mixed banner performed better than mono banner. Weird. Funny
that's
how
probably
that works.
That's probably why they forced the 8.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for those of you who are complaining about there being a top 8 of Hero Rises, this is what you get for trying to go mono and making your banner suck ass last year and perform terrible, while the loser's banner that was 8 units performed better. So this Hero Rises being 8 units is basically everyone who voted for the mono green dream last year's fault. That's how I look at it. You did this to yourselves. You're not allowed to complain. Bullshit. You asked for this. You made this happen, and guess what? I was right. Listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. But no, like, this year it looks like it's going to be a semi-split. It might be like half one color, at least half one color, which is
I think
still okay, honestly, because there's so many good picks that it's...
have red.
Yeah.
That's...
Like, there's a lot of blue and there's a lot of red. There's going to be like a splash of green and colorless, but it's mostly going to be blue and red, which is fine. Like I said, if we get the best units, the goal for... People are forgetting what the goal for Hero Rises is. They get caught up in the numbers and they forget about the concept. The concept for a Hero Rises is to make us vote for the best possible banner we can have.
No, the reason that a Hero Rises is the thing is to get the best unit for free.
Well, yes, but you need to get the best. You need to get the top 4 in order to get the free one. So no matter what, your goal is to get the initial goal for the voting is to get a top tier banner, and then one of those 4 free. Could you imagine if last year instead of Peony we got Claude for free? How many people would have been pissed off?
Right.
How many people would have been pissed off about it, and how many of those people would be the ones voting for the Green Dream? Like, seriously. Like, you're shooting yourself in the foot trying to go for mono. You really are. because anything can happen if you try to do that. But if you vote if you get the best characters all in one banner, it doesn't matter who's for free. They're all great. Who cares? But we got lucky last year that Claude wasn't a free one, or like a legendary female leader. No one would have given a shit. No one would have cared. The only thing that rocked about last year was that Peony was free. That's the only thing. Like, damn. But no, so I think it's kind of funny that they did a top 8 for Hero Rises this year, because the last top 8 that was Hero Rises related was the Losers banner that performed better than the base. So, like, it's like the Fade devs were like, okay, hang on. So, a top 8 banner with different colors sold better than a mono banner with 4. Okay, we're gonna go top 8. Multiple colors, multiple good units, we'll go top 8. But no, I'm just glad that I'm finally starting to break through to people in terms of the mono thing. I'm just sad that it took so many years for people to think about it for 5 seconds. Like, I'm sorry if you're taking offense to this, whoever's watching. Oh, a little bit. I'm a little bit sorry. But I do love being right. And I have not been wrong. It just took a lot of convincing y'all to think that I'm for y'all to think that, to realize that I'm right. Because again, imagine if it was like last year's banner was like Camilla instead of Claude, dual Byleth, Dimitri, Peony. People would have been like, yo, top banner. This is so damn good. I know a lot of people that only did the free summons, that's it. They didn't even summon on the fucking banner. It was that bad for them. Lots of people didn't go all the way, and a good chunk of people didn't even bother summoning past their free summons. On a Hero Rises, that is bad. But no, my view on the Hero Rises always has been, you want the banner, this is our opportunity to make the best banner possible for the community. The numbers don't give a shit, okay? Because here's the thing, this is what mainline Fire Emblem has taught us, and I think I talked about this before, but I'll do it again here. Mainline Fire Emblem has taught us quantity without quality is shit. Okay? Look at Radiant Dawn, the last chapter, part 3. You're up against a... So, I had a bit of a message, or my system crashed for a second there, but I'm back up and running. So, look at like a Radiant Dawn, the last map of part 3. You're up against like 100-ish enemies, and you have like 15 and then a bunch of allies. But because your allies are better and the enemies are scrubs, the numbers don't matter. Or look at that one map where you're fighting in the desert for... Oh, no, not fighting in the desert. You're fighting like 2 armies at once in like Sacred Stones. The desert map where you're fighting Kalek and Valter. You're outnumbered like 2-1, but because your units are better, you win. It's the same thing here with the Hero Rises. It doesn't matter if you get 1 5-star every 10 summons, or every 7 summons. If the summons can be shit, it's the same thing anyway. Why not just have a better banner? Like, you can have quality, you can have quantity without quality. You don't want that. You can have quantity, or you can have quality without quantity, that's fine. Because you're still getting good units. If you can get quality and quantity, now we're talking. And my example of like the Camilla instead of Claude and dual Byleth instead of Valir, that would have been quality and quantity. Just not mono, but it would have been much better banner. I don't think anyone can argue that. Like, that's just the way it is. Mainline Fire Emblem has always taught us quality over quantity. What makes a Hero Rises any different? The main thing I always hear is, oh, you can get like so many 5-stars. But if they're all shit, there's no point to it. Your point has no meaning. It doesn't matter. It's like saying, oh, I could have 1 unit on a banner. Like, let's say Attune Tamara. Or I could have a bunch of 4-star special units, all as focus units. And they could all be the same color. Guess what? They're all shit compared to Tamara. So it doesn't matter that you can summon more of them. 50 times 50 times nothing is still nothing. 1 times 1 is still 1. So 4 times 1 is still 4. take away the 2 trash units from last year, and it's, would you rather have 4 good units or 2? That's the numbers we should be looking at. We shouldn't be looking at 5 stars per or blah, 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 blah. No one cares. That doesn't matter. Is it nice to look at? Sure. Are the numbers good? Big? Sure. Are they guaranteed? Fuck no. But you know what is guaranteed? The units we put on the banner. We can get a good banner, and we can get a majority of the math alongside it. But everyone's been concentrating on numbers. They've been concentrating on the quantity, not the quality at all. Which is stupid. Like, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is, folks. Anyway, so, I hope you guys understood where I'm coming from for our Hero Rises mono. Got that out of the way. Probably until next year, when you guys try it again. And I'm still going to be right a year from now. I've been right in the past. I'm right now. I'm right in the future. Just think about it. I'm the main person who debunked one of the biggest points against people that don't like mono. The biggest point mono lovers have to combat us, I debunked. Just because I'm like, but no. The main comeback is when people that don't like mono go, well, there could have been a 5-star there. Like if there was a different color with a focus, there could have been a 5-star in that focus. And the common rebuttal is, oh no, there wouldn't have been, because like the banner stays the same. No, if you summon on a banner, if you're like, let's say this happens 3 circles in, everything from circle 1, from stone 1 till now changes the whole system. You can't just pick and choose what you change. If you're changing the banner, we're changing the banner. We're not keeping the circle the same. That's mathematically impossible. You can't guarantee that. I can guarantee it'll change. You can't guarantee it'll stay the same. That's just math too. Like, you get what I'm talking about, right, Gakupo?
At this point, I'm lost.
So the main thing that's always brought up is like the it's like, well, there's no stone, there's no let's say mono green, no green stone. It's like, well, if there was another color, like a focus on another color, I'd still have a shot at the 5-star. And the mono green believers always go, no, because like there wouldn't, even if there was one, like even if there was like, say, a 5-star focus on red, you wouldn't get it. Not for this circle. It's like, okay, well, if you want to keep it static, like if you want to keep that specific circle static, sure, but then every circle after that could change. But if every circle after that can change, every circle before that could change. Because if there's another stone if there's another color with a focus, you can go, you're summoning on that color too. That one extra stone click changes your entire outcomes for the entire summoning session. You can't say, oh, well, because, like, even if you change the banner, nothing would change. That's stupid. That's not possible. By changing the focuses, you're changing the entire banner. You're changing the rates, you're changing the pulls, you're changing everything. You can't just say, well, no, if you change something, nothing changes. It's stupid. It's not possible. But no, that's the debunking for that concept. So if anyone has anything else from mono green that you'd like to try to argue with me, that's not that, like, if you go math wise, I'm just gonna go quantity or quality over quantity. You gotta find a way out of that. I'm sorry, I think I'm winning, but anyway, we've been discussing this for long enough. Gakupo, any last words for this whole shindig of a Hero Rises? Like, are you happy that it's top 8 or not? Because I see a lot of people are not happy about it being top 8. I've heard people say that it's because it, like, muddies the water. Like, there's a higher chance that there's, like, going to be some trash that gets in, possibly. Like, that, like, Felix could slip into top 8. Felix might be on the banner, and it brings down the banner. For that point, I'd like to ask, mono banner, point against, again. Anyway, so what do you think about it being top 8?
I feel like if we get at least 2 of each color, it's a win, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, because there's only one green in the conversation right now. Granted, it's the best green. It's probably one of the best greens in the game, but still, I think, honestly, as long as it doesn't go mono, we're fine. We're golden. But if it does go mono, Oh boy, that's not going to be good. It's going to crash and
Yeah.
burn like last year, possibly.
I feel like red is the one that if we go mono, it's probably going to be decent.
Actually, I think blue. If we end up getting mono blue, that's Tamara, Sigurd, New Year's Snake. That is Celica, Alir, Athos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I guess like Fjorm, the shield fighter. And then like Johanna Ike. 1, 2, 3. I just need to recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So that'd be like, I think blue would be better, but let's not do mono, people. We know better now. We learned from last year, right? Please tell me we learned from last year.
I don't know if they have learned. That's why I'm like, I mean, it could be good, but if we still go for mono, then we're fucked.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Every time we go for mono, we could have made the banner so much better if we didn't. But, Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Not just to me, but to Gokupo as well. And until next time, see you, everybody.
Bye.